following breaking news as record-breaking heat and low humidity have created tinderbox conditions and spawned several new wildfires. This morning, we have team coverage as we bring you live up-to-the-minute updates. We start in southern Colorado, near Colorado Springs. Overnight, the entire town of Manitou Springs, nearly 5,000 people were evacuated as the winds fanning the flames of the Waldo fire shifted. That's in addition to the 2,000 people that were forced to leave their homes after this fire started yesterday afternoon.
At last check, it was 2,500 acres in size and 0% contained. 9 News photojournalist Willie took this video. He joins us by phone from the area. And Brian, you talked to the chief of the Manitou Springs Fire Department. Why did they decide to evacuate last night, and what was their biggest fear overnight as they were watching all of this?
Well, Matt, the biggest fear was that this was going to start coming down Williams Canyon, which I am just at the base of Williams Canyon, and Williams Canyon is just to the north and west of Manitou Springs. And so it hit a trigger point, and when it started coming down that, it made a run of about 300 yards in a half an hour. Keith Buckmiller, the chief of Manitou Springs, told me. And when it did that, they were just worried that it was going to continue to run. And right now, I'm watching it run. The flames are probably 75 to 100 feet in the air. And again, I'm on the south end of this fire. I was just told by a sheriff's deputy, El Paso County Sheriff's deputy, that the northeast corner of this fire has run quite a bit, and it's actually a couple miles now north of Rampart Range Road. And he is expecting, when we get new acreage, that this will have doubled overnight. It did not lay down like they had hoped it would. It was warm all night. The winds are blowing quite a bit. Right now, they're probably gusting at around 20, pretty steady at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And I was in town when it was evacuated. And let's take a look at the story that I put together overnight.
I'm watching it all day, and it looks like the fire kind of came over the crest back there.
You can really see the fire coming over the mountain.
We know that this is one of the risks that we have here, and we're doing it strategically so we can get the people and their biggest threat gone first.
Very scary.
So we started with Manitou Avenue, north of.
It's getting close.
We need them to leave when we ask them to leave.
Just banging on my window.
He was asleep, so I pounded on his door to get him out.
It's pretty scary. I mean, they're right there.
Orange. A lot of orange.
So we look at the fuels coming down. She's backing down the hill, which is not what we normally see in fire behavior.
It's time to go.
I'm a good passer.
All these fine people came to help me.
Give me a little one.
Well, they're helping me move out. I got a few thousand artworks in there, and so trying to figure out which ones to take.
Otherwise known as Rocky, and he's a fixture in Manitou. He's 80 years old. Art is his passion.
200 or 300, almost 1,000 artworks in there.
She's got enough energy to move down, then she's going to start creating more embers burning up into that canyon, and when she does that, she's going to start throwing embers.
On into Manitou.
Limited access. We have vegetation right up against houses. We have houses in places where they shouldn't be houses.
It's just kind of like sad.
So Manitou Springs is a whole city that's in the urban interface. So in most scenarios, we got a lot of roads, we got a lot of people, we get a lot of fast knockdown on our fires. But in this situation, we had a fire running across with all those heavy fuels. She just got to be too big before it got to be handled.
Just my valuables, financial records, clothes, everything else stays. So.
Don't know if it's going to reach the city. I know that we need to have clear roads and not have to worry about rescue potential. If we do have a fire, we want to just make sure that we're just putting the firefighters in positions to protect houses and know that if something happens that firefighter can back out and not have it cost someone their life. Manitou will be an empty city.
Now, I do have some breaking news right now. El Paso County Sheriff's deputy just pulled up in front of me, and they have just shut down westbound Highway 24. The first two cars that have hit this roadblock are being told that they must make a U-turn and go back eastbound on Highway 24, and that has just happened while we were watching that story. So El Paso County Sheriff has shut down Highway 24 westbound. State Patrol said that was not happening yet, that they were still working on it, that they were just working with Manitou Police Department to shut down the entire city. Again, they evacuated the entire town of Manitou about 12:45, 1 o'clock in the morning is when those calls went out. And now the State Patrol is in the process of shutting down the entire town and not letting anybody into the town of Manitou. And now Highway 24 westbound has been closed down right at Cave of the Winds.